Okay, it looks like we have some really interesting news to talk about today in the world of Pokemon. So when you're playing online with rated Battle Stadium battles, the Pokemon that are usable are dictated by the series that you're playing in, and for the most part, the series have made sense. Isle of Armor comes out, well, Isle of Armor Dex Pokemon are now going to be legal, and then in the very beginning, it was mostly about available Gigantamax Pokemon. If a Gigantamax Pokemon was not made mass available through an event, then it wasn't usable on the rated battle spot to make sure it's fair among all players. Well, now we have the biggest change to competitive Pokemon because this one, Series 6, bans the 16 most used Pokemon from the previous series. You are not able to use Venusaur, Gyarados, Porygon2, Tyranitar, Torkoal, Hippowdon, Magnezone, Togekiss, Excadrill, Whimsicott, Incineroar, Mimikyu, Rillaboom, Cinderace, Indeedee, and Dragapult in any rated battle from September 1st through October 30th. And this all counts for like the rating and stuff. If you want to get Master Ball tier, you have to do it under these rules. It's that impactful, and I think it's really cool. Now, I am going to go into Pokemon Home to help visualize the Pokemon that are banned and give my thoughts about them, but first, we need to go back to the moveset so I can clear some things up, because I know that people are going to be upset about me talking about banned Pokemon being okay for the official rules, and they're going to completely misrepresent me on Smogon. This is incomparable to what Smogon does. This isn't players going, wah, I can't beat Dynamax Pokemon because they're scary and Dracovish is too strong, ban it, ban it. No, this is just a rule set change like we have seen in the past from official Pokemon rule sets. The special rules back in Generation 7 would do all kind of weird things and sometimes restrict Pokemon. This isn't like, oh, VGC now declares that all of these Pokemon are too strong and they must be banned due to community outcry. No, this is just a temporary format to help make things a bit more interesting for the next couple of months because online has gotten pretty lame. Now, I do know that people are going to say, well, that's what Smogon does with their tiers, except that's also false. They don't ban Pokemon based on usage. They do it off of their Fifis. And also, even when it comes to some of the tiering decisions, that isn't really made on usage. And also, the Smogon, like, community and philosophy is so corrupt that, yeah, it just doesn't play out anywhere remotely similar to what's happening right now with this series. So now that we got that out of the way, we can talk about how awesome this series is going to be. So all Pokemon banned from Series 6 are in the top 10 of Series 5 singles or double battles, and we got some interesting Pokemon here. So just because a Pokemon is not going to be usable for Series 6 doesn't mean it's good. Dragapult is one of the worst Pokemon Generation 8. Usage is not a reflection of a Pokemon's actual strength. We've learned that from Smogon as well. There are some other like frustrating Pokemon that are pretty common. But one thing I like is that when we look at this list, also this is just going to be from Season 9, which isn't a true reflection of Series 5, because Series 5 is also Season 8 plus Series 9. Does it let us go by series, or I can only see season here? So I actually don't know how Poke-Experto got, like, this one, but, you know, we got enough numbers and some interesting stuff. Okay, it looks like they just took the top 10 from Season 8, and I guess that that's going to be an accurate representation of the entire series, because there were more players playing in July with, like, all the fresh Isle of Armor Dex stuff, and even though Urshifu has recently risen in popularity with the top 10 going into Season 9, it doesn't seem like it was enough to actually change anything. But overall, looking at this, I'm pretty proud of myself because the only Pokemon I regularly use is going to be Hippowdon in the top 10. I know I used Togekiss early on, but I haven't really done it because it does feel like a lame Pokemon. It's not the Scarf Flinch monster that it used to be because the opponent can just Dynamax and counter it. So it's a lot more of a liability in 3v3. I have been using Rillaboom a lot recently, but not as like a, oh, this is a must run for my team that I love so much. I just want to do it because I want to test out the Grassy Glide. Same thing with Cinderace. Want to test out the Libero. So, yeah, I'm able to get Master Ball tier regularly and have a very high ranking with a very high win rate in the game by using not top 10 Pokemon. That's pretty good feeling for me, and it's also going to be good feeling for you guys because now these Pokemon are not going to be an issue for the next 2 months, which means you might be able to find a way to make more of your creativity shine. Now, there's going to be a meta. There is going to be like a new top 10 or top 20. You can keep up with that on Pokemon Home to kind of like build around. But some of these Pokemon are just stupid and stupid oppressive. Not Dragapult, it's terrible, so at least that's a free win Pokemon. But I mean, Cinderace in every game, always Dynamaxing, does get annoying. I know my Comfey was able to handle it, but it's not fun when like every win just boils down to, okay, I switch in Comfey, it doesn't have Iron Head because they're bad, now I eventually win. So that's the thing. Rillaboom isn't really that great. So that's a thing. But I also remember back when Cinderace, when I saw its Libero ability from like the data mine stuff, I said this is going to be the best Pokemon in the game. Literally is the best Pokemon in the game. Togekiss, as long as you don't swing into its weakness policy, or it is a risky Pokemon because it's either you Ice Beam it, it Dynamaxes, it's not enough to KO, and then weakness policy activates, or you don't throw a super effective hit and it nasty plots, and then you're screwed. So it can like anti-stall pretty well. It's just a good overall Pokemon. I don't even know what Porygon 2 is doing in singles. That's interesting to me. I've seen some, but yeah, I guess it's just bulky cover. Have I ignored? I feel like I've actually, now the more I'm going through, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm noticing a lot of singles Porygon 2. Because it's not like trying to do any Trick Room shenanigans. Sometimes it's Trick Room Teleport, but mostly it's just there is bulky coverage. Bolt Beam, Tri Attack, and then you just mess up the opponent's day by being bulkier than them. That's a thing. Keep going through. So Porygon went up, as well as Hippowdon. And Hippowdon makes sense for like Urshifu and stuff. There's Urshifu. Looks like it didn't get enough. Dracozolt actually not getting banned. Gyarados. Gyarados has been a problem for me. I think it's a problem for a lot of people. I'm not like, oh, Gyarados is too strong, ban it. But it looks like a lot of pressure is going to be relieved from the game. And that's something that I think everyone's going to be down with. Because I think like when you get rid of these Pokemon, there's a lot more ambiguity to how strong something is. Like even though Darmanitan is banned for Smogon, not in the top 10 in singles, even though it's pretty solid. I've been picking it up recently, so we'll make sure we're in doubles. And the doubles Pokemon is probably what I have the most to say about, because doubles is unplayable, unfun garbage, mostly because of Indeedee. This Pokemon doesn't have enough counterplay, so it's like Indeedee being gone, that's cool. My teams are usually weak to Tyranitar because it's just stats and bulk. That's cool. I hate Whimsicott Taunt. Torkoal doesn't matter. Dragapult doesn't matter. Incineroar isn't really that great. And then we have Venusaur. So it's like, yeah, it's just kind of like the Pokemon that would probably need balance otherwise are being taken out. But again, they're not like, oh, that's way too strong. It's too ban-worthy. I've gotten around DD strats. You just blow it up and then you're okay. You might have to sack off into a Trick Room or something, but you can work around it. Tyranitar, once again, it's like a Togekiss. Their natural bulk into snowballing shenanigans just kind of gets crazy. Understand when it's Dynamax, it's unkillable specially, and you still have to hit it with a super effective at some point. It has a ton of weaknesses. So weakness policy Dynamax like breaks Tyranitar and just kind of makes it something you have to deal with. It also has very high attack stat as well. Venusaur, I mean, it does its thing. You see it on Sun teams. It's with the Torkoal, or it's pulling some shenanigans with the Indeedee, apparently. Has Sleep Powder usage, got that Protect, Frenzy Plant, low Weather Ball usage. That's interesting, because I thought that was like what breaks Venusaur into the top 10. It's like, yo, you actually get a successful Chlorophyll, and now you have a 100 base power Sun-boosted Fire-type attack. That's kind of filthy when it comes to the Venusaur. But overall, I think that's going to be most of it. It's like, yeah, let's just give the quick rundown, the TLDR, to copy my man Freak. Porygon 2, it's good in singles and doubles. That's pretty much it. It's just a good, safe Pokemon. Togekiss can get out of control, but it's kind of locked down into one thing. Now, okay, never mind. I got a little more to say about the Togekiss, because whenever I'm playing like tanky setup strats and doubles, not so much in singles, just that scope lens gets in the way, and then I just get crit through everything. So that kind of sucks. I'd also hope that Urshifu would be gone, but it isn't, so we just gotta deal with that. A little bit extra like wall breaking power still in the game, but for the most part, I don't know what's gonna happen. Like, now that you've taken out most of the offensive pressure in the game, ooh, these games are going to get ugly. And the thing is, they haven't changed the rules. Still 20-minute timer. This is gonna be for 3v3s though, so that 20 minutes is harder to go through, but it will still happen. There's still gonna be more timer. The game's going to full time than ever because of this. Rillaboom, it can do some shenanigans. It's just a good Pokemon. Incineroar, it's just people like it for that Intimidate Fake Out. Doesn't really bring too much else that's actually like makes it a threat. Mimikyu, I don't think Mimikyu is as scary as it felt like because of nerf, so at least that worked. Still a little overtuned, but some overtuned things are okay. Indeedee Female, this Pokemon's just stupid for Trick Room with no counterplay. I don't know why Game Freak would do something like that. Also, but I mean, we have seen things like that before. It's just one of those things like you put a Focus Sash on it, and then it's going to be a guaranteed Trick Room. But now it's like even more so because of the Psychic Terrain, given that Follow Me. DD Male was just banned by proxy. Cinderace, it's strong. It can sweep you out. It is like the best Pokemon in the game, but it's not like in the worst way. If this Pokemon had less usage and not being run just because, I think it would feel a lot more healthy for the game. But like just having to marathon against a Cinderace on every team if you're not running Cinderace, or even getting into like Cinderace mirror matches and then having the game being determined off of that, it's not really fun stuff. So MLK's gone, but again, not like a this must be banned because it's too good kind of Pokemon. Excadrill, it's a part of the Tyranitar ban, so I guess maybe I didn't catch everything from when I was going over the list because I didn't include like the full-on seasons. It's kind of awkward. They just kind of like, you know, went through the Pokemon, banned them, so at least we have the list right here. Excadrill, Tyranitar. I don't really have as much of a problem with Excadrill as Tyranitar, but then when you just get like Rock Slide flinch 3 turns in a row for no reason, that's annoying, but again, it's not like ban it because of RNG. Torkoal, I've never had a problem with Torkoal. Even like if Trick Room goes off, Torkoal's usually the factor that's like, oh, that actually isn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Dragapult is a horrible Pokemon. Tyranitar is just way too balanced. In that it does everything too good. So, and then it gets bulky, and then you have to swing a weakness policy into it and get re-wrecked. So that's a thing. Gyarados, it can be strong. I've struggled with it sometimes, and then other times I just like completely beat it up. It's mostly just a Pokemon that takes advantage of you really well. And if you like drop awareness of the Gyarados, you can get run over by it, but it's not like a guaranteed win kind of Pokemon. Magnezone, it's been the surprise Pokemon. I've gotten wrecked by Magnezone a lot, but in like a way that feels really fair because I didn't respect it enough. So Magnezone usage going up. It still has a lot of vulnerabilities, but man, that thing is like, it gets a KO. It's going to blow something up, which is pretty good. Hippowdon, I've been saying Hippowdon's the best Pokemon Sword and Shield. Like, what I said about that with the Cinderace is mostly like, just on paper when you look at the Libero stuff, like, that's just the perfect sweeper on that Cinderace. But then, when it actually comes to Hippowdon, this Pokemon has been like my most successful one in Pokemon Sword and Shield. So that's why I consider it the best. Whimsicott, since I play tanks and setup, I really hate the taunt everywhere. Or just like, you're either going to see Tailwind speed control, or you're seeing in DD Trick Room, and it's not fun for the game. And Venusaur, it's always a good Pokemon. And apparently it got splashed into top 10 almost immediately. So there's a couple of Pokemon that I think are like, okay, the game's better off without them. And then the rest are just like, these are good, but at least it's going to be fun to have some diversity. So tell me your thoughts down below. We're going to have 2 months of just wacky stuff. Definitely follow me, twitch.tv/VerlisWolf. I might be doing more battles than any like previous series or season, or at least more battles than in a while, because this actually has me in like top 1,000 or top 100 contention for like ranking on the battle stadium, even though you have to do too many battles. Like, I don't like with these Pokemon God, I don't know how I lose Pokemon battles anymore. So hope you guys enjoy the video. Hope you all have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching.